stressful day at our class for stadium yesterday where the Black Stars of Ghana managed to record a 1-0 win over the Eagles of Mali in their 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier. It is their 8th match out of the 10 games that they are supposed to play in Dubai. So Alexander scored the only goal of the game in the 49th minute, which means that the win for Ghana extends our lead to 19 points after 8 games. So we are left with 2 more games to go, which will be between or which will be against the Central African Republic and Comoros. So with Central African Republic, we are traveling to away. We are traveling to their home grounds in October, and then our last game will be against Comoros at home. So against Central African Republic here at the Bayara Sports Stadium, we managed to beat them 4-3. And Comoros 2 on our first game on our way soil. We lost 1-0, so our destiny lies in our hands against Comoros and Central African Republic. So this is how the table looks like in the eye, where Ghana still maintains their first position with 19 points after 8 games. Madagascar comes second with 16 points, followed by Comoros with 15, Mali with 12, Central African Republic with 5, and Chad with 1. So that is how the standings are in Group I. So with 2 more games to go, the Black Stars of Ghana will be hoping to cement 2 wins out of 2 to make sure they book their place in next year's World Cup, which will be held in the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada, respectively. So after the game yesterday, where the Black Stars of Ghana managed to beat their counterparts, the Eagles of Mali, in the World Cup qualifier, courtesy a lone goal from Alexander Jibo. 2 coaches, that is Otto Addo for Ghana and Tom Saintfeit for Mali, met the press yesterday in the post-match conference to answer some questions with regards to the game. And so on the side of Coach Otto Addo, there were a lot of questions that were posted to him. And so when the question was posted to Coach Otto Addo with regards to the performance of Sibo, he made mention that the real video player had a very fine game. He had a very fantastic game with regards to his performance. It was as if he has already been playing with this squad for a very long time, and then it is very possible that the next call-up he might be included depending on his performance for Real Video in the Spanish La Liga as well. And moreover, to the next international break is very close, so it is very possible that Sibo will return to the team as well. Another question that he answered with regards to one player who did well in the first half was Antoine Semenyo. Clearly he stated that playing for club and playing for the national team are 2 different things. So he might be getting the result for Bournemouth in the English Premier League, but sometimes very tough for him in playing for Ghana. But he was very impressed with his performance because he was the lone man up front there, doing all the runs, doing all the pressing up front there. So he was very impressed with the performance of Antoine Semenyo, ending the statement that he is indeed a warrior. So the very last question that he touched on, which also triggered or caught my attention, was the fact that second half he made some few substitutions, introducing Joseph Painter and then Kamaldeen Sulemana into the game. And then he made mention that yes, they are the 2 players who came on board, added some bite to the attacking force, but it was rather unfortunate that the counter attacks that the team had, they were not able to capitalize on that to increase their tally. So they could have been 2-0 up after the game, but quite unfortunate for the team. They were not able to capitalize on those chances that they had.
At the beginning, we had some problems. I think you could see that we have a young squad and players who haven't been playing often for the national team so far, and we were a little bit nervous here and there. But after 50 minutes, I think we got good into the game. The game was even, but with a little bit of other chances for us. But it was it was a deserved draw to halftime, and then we increased the pressure. Early in the second half, we managed to score out of a set piece, and then surely it was pure fight. Afterwards, especially the last 50 minutes, we had some chances to yeah, to finish the game. Counters where we maybe could have scored a second goal, but we couldn't yeah get use of these situations, and yeah, at the end it stayed really hot till the last minute. Mali was putting pressure on us, but yeah, not really creating chances, just with high balls and shots from yeah 20, 25 meters. Um, and yeah, I think we really fought well, especially big thanks to the defense. They really gave their all and defended well, and yeah, I'm happy that we won. Okay, colleagues, it will be difficult to compare games from the Premier League with games in Africa and in Ghana. It's very difficult, and then all games have their own nature, and surely you can say that he stands more out in the Premier League. But for me today, he was excellent. He fought until he couldn't run anymore. Yeah, maybe he thought he could stay a little bit longer, but he was fighting. He was the lone fighter up front, and for me, I'm very glad with his performance. He put them under pressure. He made a lot of runs, decoy runs, so that others can shine. And so I'm very happy, even though he didn't have a lot of like maybe one dangerous action, but I was very satisfied with his performance and with his runs especially. You could see that Kudus and Jordan, they had their moments still when they had the ball, that they could create something. So we had to wait a little bit. But after, I think, I don't know, 50 minutes to the end, 10 minutes to the end, I changed. Because surely we have a lot of quality on the bench. And I think Kamadin and Pencil came in well, and Iñaki. And if we would have used our numerical advantage in our counter situations better, we could have scored a second goal. Okay, first of all, yeah, big congrats for him. I think he really did well. It's not easy to come from I said it before, from a different environment to fit in the squad. But yeah, he knows a lot of players already in the team, and he connected well. He's very self confident, and yeah, I think he did really extremely well, especially when you see that this was his first performance. And yeah, he's a warrior throughout. You could see. I think for the future things will even get better, but like all players, his performance in his club will decide for his next caller. But the next window is so close that I'm pretty sure that he will be called again after this performance.
Yes, so those were some questions that Coach Otto answered yesterday at the press conference after Ghana managed to record a 1-0 win over Mali in the World Cup qualifiers as well. So let's move straight to that of the Malian coach, that is Tom Saintfeit. And then he also did mention that there were a lot of positives that can be put for this game. And three things that caught my attention during the post-match conference was the fact that he admitted that yes, Ghana has a lot of quality with regards to where our players are currently playing in their various clubs across Europe and other continents. But he was surprised that we still adapted a five-back system where you have three center backs or three main defenders and then two wing backs. So when we are defending, we can say five backs. So he expected us to play more offensive or more attacking. Probably we can get more goals, but we sat deep because we were playing five back. And then it was the same formation we used against Madagascar where we won. So he was expecting that a team against playing against Mali, he expected us to be more offensive or more attacking, but it didn't go that way. And then another area that he also tackled was the fact that if Mali has a chance of qualifying to the World Cup, and then he made mention that their last two games against Chad and Madagascar, they are going to make sure the win, and it must be a win. But for now, he's afraid to say that Mali can qualify for the World Cup, but they will try as much as possible and then beat these two teams and probably be become second. The very last area that he did tackle was regards to how the goal came about. He said that from where he sat, from the angle that he was sitting, he didn't really see what transpired around the goalkeeping area. So he can't comment on that, even though most of the players on the bench and some of the technical team members made mention that there was a push on the goalkeeper. But because he didn't see it or he has no evidence to that, so he's not going to comment on that as well. So the video follows next.
It was a fantastic atmosphere in the stadium. Ghana didn't play with 11, but they played with 12 or 13, and that helps the team. I think first off, our goal was clear. We wanted to maintain a 0-0 because we knew if we score early, Ghana could bounce easy back. But we had the idea second half by 0-0 we can step by step go pushing for that winning goal. That was our intention. And then first half I was satisfied. Ghana didn't get big opportunities, we neither, but it was well controlled. And second half our plan, like I said, was step by step building up the pressure, and then we conceded the goal much too early. I have to see it again according to the people around me, the players. Happens to fault just before the corner. Mohamed Kamara get a push, that's what they say. I didn't see it that fast. And then with the corner, I hear that my goalkeeper got also pushed, but again, I didn't see it. That go too fast for me, and I didn't see any TV coverage. So I don't want to get any excuses for some things what happened. But after that goal, I think there was only one team on the pitch, and that was us. Step by step building up the pressure. We had shots from the second line, but in the 16 we couldn't create that real open chance. We had some good dribbles, but we couldn't really open the door because Ghana defended as block with their soul. And yeah, I'm very disappointed. As a coach, I hate losing. It's the first competitive defeat with Mali in 10 matches. So I'm not happy with that, but I can't blame any of my players. My players did a great job, all of them. And in football, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. We have to learn out of what we did. We will analyze and we will bounce back the coming months. And inshallah, like they say, in the Africa Cup, I hope we will learn out of this to be stronger against the big nations. We knew they played against Madagascar also with 5 in the back. They won, I think, 3-0 that game. But we expected Ghana what would be more offensive. If we have the power of Semenya, Addo, Kudus, Williams, and all the attacking wingbacks, you could punish us in the first half with very offensive play at home, get the public behind you. That was our thought. I thought Ghana will start very aggressive attacking football against us to kill us in the first 15 minutes at home, for sure, after the not so good performance against Chad. So I was surprised that they started a little bit conservative with 5 people in the back. And so we had to adapt in it. We didn't expect it.
So are you satisfied with the result?
Thank you. And in 2 games, 7 points, that will not happen. To become second, it will be also difficult. I was hoping that Chad would have won, but I think they lost today against Madagascar because of Eritrea not being in the group of any other group. The results against the number lost don't count, and we had 2 draws against Central African Republic. But inshallah, hopefully we will have 2 wins against Chad. If they would be 5th, Central African Republic would be 6th. Maybe we could be as second best, but it will be very tough. So first question, we're still going to fight for it. We're going to try to win. No, not try to win. We're going to win against Madagascar and Chad. Madagascar and Chad. But I'm afraid it will be very tough to make it to the World Cup. That's very sad. Second thing, Comoros is a good team. They have 15 points for a reason. And Ghana has struggled during this qualification, except of the March matches where they had good results and quite easy victories. So, but I think Ghana has so much quality players. Look where the players are playing. Look the choices the coach has on the bench. Look the players who are not selected and available. So in theory, there can't be any problem for Ghana to qualify as number 1 and to beat Comoros.